Hello and welcome to the video about setting up your swim zones. First of all, well done for doing your CSS test. Um, Hopefully now you have a 400 meter and a 200 meter test result. Okay, so all you need to do is go to this website. In fact, the best thing to do actually is just to go to Google and search for CSS calculator. So go to Google, search for CSS calculator. The top one here should be the Swim Smooth CSS calculator. And just ignore this stuff up here. And scroll down the screen and you can see where you can enter your time. So if you did, for example, 6 minutes, 30 seconds and 3 minutes, no, 10 seconds, calculate that, and then you can see your CSS pace is 140 per 100 meters. Okay, that's your threshold pace. All right, so you now take that pace and you go into your Training Peaks account. You go into your settings. Now, I'm not sure where yours will be, but I've got a list of options here. It may well be that your name is just around the top here somewhere. But ultimately, you need to find your name and click on it and go into the settings option. Okay, it may be somewhere different on yours. If you've got the basic edition, it may be somewhere a little bit more different. But if you find your way to settings, and you can see it's got name and address and all this kind of stuff in there, ignore all that. But down here on the options are zones. So press zones, and this is where you put your heart rate zones in, your power zones for running, swimming, cycling, all that, a whole lot really. Okay, they all drop in here. So every time you update your zones, this is where you need to come back to. So if we scroll down the screen, scroll right the way down here, down at the bottom is swim. Okay, it's currently set to 133. So if we change that to, I can't remember what it was now, but say 140. Yeah, 140. Put that in there. It defaults to pace per 100 yards. Now, I always keep that the same. We don't use Training Peaks to really super accurately track your training zones anyway. So don't worry too much about that. It's just to kind of give you a bit of an indicator. So set threshold speed, because that's the threshold speed we have. The method sounds weird, but we use Joe Friel for running because it's just a formula that works. Okay, so Joe Friel for running. Calculate those out. It's already dropped them in there, look, and click apply. Now, if you're following through the training zones, the training sessions that are in, the ones that we set, the main thing that you need to know is your threshold pace, and then you calculate out your training zones your training paces from there. We don't really work on this kind of zone for your swimming, so you don't need to worry about it too much. But at least then you've programmed it in, and Training Peaks is tracking how much effort you're putting into your swim sessions. So it's going to start tracking things a little bit more accurately. But don't worry about these specific training zones. Then just click Save and Close. And that's it. That's all you need to know in terms of, that's how you work out your threshold pace from your CSS test results, and programming that into Training Peaks.